In today's video, we're talking about 3 of the best asset management tools out there. And honestly, we found these to be way ahead of others we've come across. From fast barcode scanning in Smartsheet to Monday.com's smart QR tracking and history logs, and Zoho's unified system for both hardware and software, each tool brings a unique edge to asset management. And we'll walk you through what makes each tool unique to help you decide which one perfectly fits your business. So stick around and let's get started. Alright, the first asset management platform that we want to talk about is Smartsheet. And right from the beginning, the best part that caught our attention was how quickly it lets you register assets with a mobile barcode scanner. That alone made our process feel way more efficient, especially when you're out on the floor or away from your desk. So let's see what features and benefits it offers. Let's start with how you bring assets into the system. So, Smartsheet has this built-in intake form where you can register new items directly into your asset tracker sheet. This means no juggling between spreadsheets or manually logging each piece of equipment anymore. It just flows right into the tracker. What's even better, you can do this from your phone. You open the Smartsheet app, scan the barcode right off the item, and boom. It pulls up the asset in the system and lets you edit the status or condition instantly. Now that saved us a lot of time, especially during inventory checks. Imagine walking through a storage room, scanning tags, and updating their condition in real time without having to write it all down. It's fast, it's easy, and for teams who handle physical items daily, this alone is worth trying. Once assets are inside the system, the dashboard really comes into play. You've got one spot that pulls all the critical info: overdue returns, warranty statuses, repair needs. Everything gets updated automatically as the data changes in the sheets. That's what makes it reliable when you're looking for answers quickly. For example, we had a few laptops checked out past their return date. The dashboard flagged them up in red, so we didn't have to go hunting for what was late. It just popped out clearly. Compared to other tools we tried, Smartsheet gave us a more direct view of what's really going on. It's not overloaded with charts you don't need, just the useful stuff, right there on the screen. Then comes the part that genuinely helped us avoid late returns and confusion. There's a workflow automation section where you can set reminders for people holding the assets. Like, if something's due in 3 days or overdue, Smartsheet can shoot out a reminder to that person until the asset is marked returned. Now here's what's great. You don't need to learn coding or complex rules to set this up. Just a few clicks to pick the trigger and action. We had one for sending daily reminders until the item came back, and it actually reduced the back and forth we usually dealt with. This feels different from just writing a note or setting a calendar alert because it ties directly to the asset's status in the system. No guessing, no follow-up messages. It's built right into the flow. Smartsheet also gives you different views to manage assets the way you prefer. For some folks in our team, the regular grid worked fine. But for others, switching to card view made it easier to track items across different statuses, like pending, maintenance, or checked out. They've color-coded these views using conditional formatting, so you can quickly see what needs attention, like overdue items in red or those under repair in yellow. It's small but really helpful when you're juggling a lot at once. You can also assign owners to each asset using contact lists, which is smart because that links them to automated workflows like alerts or reports. Instead of just putting a name in the text, the system actually treats it like a person responsible. Another thing that stood out was the reporting section. It pulls live reports into the dashboard for stuff like expiring warranties, overdue returns, and items marked as damaged. This helped us during budget reviews, especially when leadership needed a quick snapshot of asset health. Before using Smartsheet, we'd have to run through spreadsheets and email updates manually. Here, we could literally show the chart with live data pulled from the sheets. It made those conversations shorter and more action-driven. Lastly, there's this summary sheet that rolls up all the important numbers. How many items are overdue, how many are under repair, and what's due next week. It's like a bird's eye view, and you don't even have to dig around for the info. We kept this open during team meetings, and it really helped us stay focused on what matters that week. Before we move on to the next tool, we want to remind you that our channel covers various productive and business tools. While we appreciate your positive feedback, many of you forget to like and subscribe, which is vital for our growth. Please don't forget this time. Okay, now let's talk about Monday.com. And honestly, the aspect that really grabbed our attention was the way it lets you track physical assets using QR codes. That stood out right away. We're used to seeing QR codes being thrown in randomly just for the buzz, but here, it actually works. You can scan, update, and even return items just using your phone. Now, it's time to see what features and benefits are there. Monday.com also lets you submit new assets through forms. It's useful when you want others on your team to contribute to the inventory without giving them full access. The submitted info goes straight into your board, which keeps things organized. Now let's say you're managing a team where people constantly request gear. Monday.com lets you accept those requests, allocate items, and track who has what. And the cool part is, you can go in and update or reassign anything later using a really clean interface. You're not stuck clicking around multiple screens. We use this when setting up a shared pool of cameras and tripods. Each time a request came in, we checked the available stock and assigned the items, and the person could even see the return deadline. That visibility cut down on misunderstandings and chasing people up. Just like with Smartsheet, Monday.com also works on mobile. But here it's more about interaction. You're not just looking at data, you're actively changing it while walking around. Scan the QR code, update the condition, or return it. It all syncs back in real time. This helps if you have multiple locations or teams that move between sites. In our case, a field team was able to check out equipment from a mobile van and log it in instantly. That kind of flexibility was missing in the tools we'd used before. One of our favorite parts was how Monday.com handles dashboards. It groups all your important stats, like how many assets are currently active, how many are being used, and which ones are marked as deprecated. This came in handy during audit time. We were able to filter everything by category or department and see where the bulk of our spending was going. If something hadn't been used in 6 months, we flagged it for reassignment or phase out. It's also a great way to visualize trends. One aspect we didn't expect to find was the allocation history feature. You can pull up the full journey of any item, who had it, when, how long, and in what condition it was returned. It's almost like a paper trail, but with cleaner visuals. We tried this with shared monitors in the office. Sometimes people would say they returned them, but there'd be no record. After switching to this setup, it was super easy to point out who had what and when they were supposed to return it. No more second guessing. Now, here's where Monday.com does something different. It's not just for physical things. It also lets you track digital assets like documents, designs, or marketing files. The file versioning feature is a lifesaver. Let's say your design team uploads a logo file. Later, a revision is made. Monday.com keeps both versions, so you're never stuck guessing which one is final. You also get this annotation feature, where you can drop comments right on the file. For creative teams or marketing departments, that made the review process smoother. Instead of long email chains, we just commented directly, fixed the file, and moved on. Less stress, less confusion. Lastly, we're going to talk about Zoho Asset Management. The best feature that really stood out for us was how it lets you track both hardware and software in one simple app. No switching between tools, no building custom workflows from scratch. Everything's already in there, so let's see what features and benefits this platform offers. Okay, start with what this app covers. You can log anything: laptops, routers, phones, printers, software licenses, versions, vendor details, and even where it's deployed. We used it for a mix of things like keeping tabs on desktop PCs and also monitoring license status for our antivirus and editing tools. The cool part? It's all inside one place. You don't have to install different tools or use plugins to manage software alongside hardware. We added model numbers, installation details, version numbers, and even warranty notes, all from the same dashboard. That kind of integration helped us avoid tracking separate spreadsheets for software and hardware, which was a big problem before. This kind of layout works really well for mid-sized teams that want clarity without getting into complex IT systems. Another feature that felt super helpful was the demand and usage charts. These gave us a visual breakdown of what's most requested or most used. For example, we found out that way more staff were requesting monitors with HDMI than VGA, which helped us decide what to order more of for the next quarter. It's the kind of insight you don't always get until you're deep into spreadsheet analysis. Here, it was shown right up front, which saved a ton of time during planning. Here's another thing that makes Zoho a bit unique. The whole platform is built on its low-code system. That means you can actually customize the way the asset tracker works using their form builder. Don't worry, it's not technical. We were able to add new fields like department codes, project names, or specific software versions just by dragging and dropping elements. That flexibility gave us a way to shape the app around how we actually manage things, not just how the software thinks we should. If you're always on the move, Zoho has a mobile version too. You get access to the same features you use on the desktop, so you can check asset status or assign gear without being in the office. We tried it out during a team move. IT staff were able to log in from their phones, scan asset tags, and reassign devices to new users, all while walking around. And then, of course, there's the integration side of things. If your team already uses other Zoho products like Zoho CRM, Inventory, or Projects, this connects smoothly. You can also plug it into outside tools like Salesforce, Google Workspace, and even PayPal or Sales Binder using APIs. This means you can actually manage your asset tracking in line with customer projects or billing systems. So those are our takes on the asset management tools, each with its unique benefits and features. We hope this video gives you a good idea of the possibilities and helps you make the right choice for your needs. Let us know if you have any further questions or would like to share your thoughts in the comments below.